Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Monday. I am just off the back of a magnificent masterclass in Shine, and I wanted to share with you the big premise of this masterclass, because to be honest, I freaking love talking about science. I majored in physics and did very well in it. And for me, working in energetics and the energy space, this all comes down to the fact we are atoms and molecules floating around in not thin air, but in a field. So this space around me, if you will, is not thin air. It is the oxygen we breathe. It is hydrogen if there's moisture in your air. And we forget that our human body is literally made up of atoms and molecules and particles, always vibrating and held together by a frequency. And I love this stuff. When we look at frequency as the source of our being and our creation as a molecule, there is particles vibrating closely together, creating a frequency at all times. And our bodies are emitting a frequency. They are the vibrations that we feel in this world. Our emotions we experience vibrate a frequency, but we forget this. Our frequency of our emotions has been measured. This is real. This is science. This is the quantum model of the world that looks at cause and effect, which is our Einstein. Nikola Tesla was the man who said, if you want to know the secrets to the universe, you must look at frequency, energy, and vibration. This is the man who gives us our electricity. Frequency is measured in hertz, just like our light globes. Our emotional frequency is something that has been studied by David Hawkins, and he was who coined the map of consciousness or scale, which is our energetic emotional scale. Our emotions emit a frequency. Whether we like it or not, we're constantly emitting a frequency. And this is science. This is proven, and this is the quantum model of the world. It is the quantum physics and the energetics of how we be and who we be. And it is so important for us to stay alert and aware of the fact our human body is emitting a frequency, and our actions are not the only thing speaking. We have the capacity to dial into our vibrational field and our vibrational energy and thoughts and emotions. We are the only species on planet Earth who has the capacity to view our own thought process. How cool is that? Dogs and cats can't go, oh, I'm feeling sad. They just are, which is probably why they're so happy. They don't have judgment on how they're being. Humans do. Humans absolutely judge how they're feeling and how they're being. Not just judging another, we judge ourselves. We're 100% really good at it. And sometimes when we're not feeling good, we actually judge our not feeling goodness, which spirals into a further lackluster situation. So being a species that can be aware of our thoughts and can be aware of our emotions means we have metacognition. That is the word for this. It's metacognition. And that means we have the ability to choose our thoughts. We have the ability to choose our emotional response to things that happen in our world. We don't always choose well, and we do often choose based on our habits and our conditioning, how we grew up, how in our current ecology, so our friendships and our work environment, how would they respond is how we are probably going to respond, because that keeps us safe and in belonging with that ecology if we respond the same. And it's normalized when we respond the same. But regardless, I'm on a mad tangent here as to what I was actually going to share with you, but I really love this stuff. So if only we witnessed and used that tool we have as with that ability of using metacognition to witness how we're feeling and our emotional response to circumstances, and take full self-responsibility. And what I mean by this is choose your point of focus to shift to somewhere else. I know that sounds really straightforward, but we don't do it. We focus on what's running and what's alive and what might not feel good, rather than literally dropping the topic. Like, drop it on the floor. If it doesn't feel good, stop thinking about it. Put your focus onto something else. And from there, grab onto a better feeling thought. Work your way up the emotional scale. Because as you work your way slowly but surely up each step of that emotional scale, you will start to lift your emotional and energetic vibration you are emitting to the world. It all starts here. It all starts within us. If we're constantly in a reactive mode because we're reacting to our environment, we are giving away our power and our responsibility. We have the choice in all circumstances and in all ways to see how our being is causing in the world. This is the quantum model. It is cause and effect. We can modify and choose the energy we are projecting at all times. And we don't have to. We also don't want to spiritually bypass and be like, oh, I don't feel good. Let's jump to joy. That's not healthy. And it means that emotional experience of a lesser great vibration or a more negative emotion will sit with us. We've repressed it and suppressed it. And it was there for a reason. It was there being a messenger, and it was there for us to learn that we are either in agreement with what's going on or in disagreement with the circumstance. Our emotions are speaking to us as to what is our alignment or what is a yes for us. So really breathing into the fact that there is a full emotional scale, and I love to say it's like all the colors of the rainbow, and humans get to experience all of the colors of the rainbow. By memory, my first post here literally said, I'm all the colors of rainbow, because we get to have that full experience as a human, and it's completely unrealistic to expect that we always sit in a positive or high energy vibration, because guess what? It consumes a lot of our energy too. If we sit there vibrating high all the time, we are going to consume a lot more energy. It will become tiring. So learning our way through that feeling and through that emotional scale and being all the colors, not just being yellow and orange, but also being like greens and blues, and also allowing yourself to be the darker shades, because it's part of you too. This is a scale. And our consciousness as to where we sit on our emotional scale is our direct conscious ability to choose and create what happens next and what we are fostering and projecting out into our world. Because guess what? We are always attracting a holographic match to our beingness. Always. Notice how it feels when you're around people who are neutral, who are peaceful, who are, yes, these are higher end vibrational emotions, but what also happens here is that we are attracted to a higher vibrational person. It's like they're so calm, they're so easygoing. Easygoing is like a acceptance. That's quite a high hertz, vibrational, measurable energy we emit in a state of acceptance. It's not quite the same height of vibrational emotion when we are in joy or peace. Peace is actually quite a high vibrational emotion to experience. And we emit that. We can choose. We have the power to choose our thoughts, to choose our experience or our lens of the world. And in doing so, repetitively choosing, and being aware of our thoughts and our dialect and our mind, we can rewire the parts of our brain. We can literally refire and rewire these neural pathways by choosing where our focus is, selecting our emotional response to things, because so often it's a habit. It's a habitual pattern that we might not even be aware of yet. So that self-awareness is like the first part of being able to hone in our noticing of ourselves. So I just wanted to jump in and share some of the short downloads from the masterclass today, because it went for an hour, so this is a very short snippet of it. But what we need to remember is that the quantum field is responding to not what we want, but who we be. Not responding to what we want and what our intention is and what our affirmation is. The quantum field is responding to how and who we be. Our emotion, our energetic vibration. We are particles vibrating as a mass in a field of other atoms and molecules. This is cause and effect. This is Einstein. This is not new. But our ability to realize it, hone in on it, and practice it, the law of vibration is real. And I'm just so passionate about this that I just really want to jump in and remind you this at lunchtime. And just remind you too that we absolutely have control over our vibration because we have metacognition. It is our belief system and any old patterns or somatic even in your body, beliefs that might be getting in the way of your ability to really select and hone in as to your point of attraction, as to the energetic way you are being and that frequency we're vibrating, like a light bulb. So I hope this gives you some empowerment today. And if this is a yes for you, I would love to hear it in the comments, and just really share this to anyone who has forgotten their power, who has forgotten that they have that ability to choose again. They have the ability to activate their energetic centers. If this is something you're interested in, that is the tool we just learned, or the team just received from me in our masterclass. The ability to activate our energy centers, which correspond to our emotional centers and our emotional experience. And our emotions are the energy we are constantly vibrating, whether we realize it or not. To take back your power, harness your thoughts, harness your emotions, learn what your beliefs are that are stagnating that, suppressing it, blocking it, limiting it. Because when you can move beyond those beliefs or those limitations, and you can hone in on your energetic field and take full responsibility for it, the world is your oyster. The quantum field and the quantum model will respond to you. This is physics. This is science. This is chemistry. Everything is energy. Emotions are energy. We are constantly vibrating. It has been measured. The human body vibrates between 62 and 72 hertz when it's healthy. That measured hertz number drops with a headache, drops even more with pneumonia, drops right down when we start to die. That is a really low measured vibration of the human body. And our emotions are to running our cells and our atoms with a frequency in how we are showing up in the energetic field. So do not forget your power to choose and witness yourself without judgment. If I can help you with any of this, please send me a DM. I have a few spots available for the rest of this year for one-on-one coaching, but I am focused on our program Shine. Otherwise, maybe stepping into your energetic field and your quantum ability to flex the physics and the chemistry is something you might want to think about for the new year, to start to actually co-create how you're projecting and showing up in the world. because everything is 100% available to you. If we take control over the emotional or vibrational frequency we are emitting. I love it. Happy Monday.